I mentioned before that fragments are essentially reusable pieces of UI, similar to a layout or view group, and they can be arranged differently based on screen size. They're commonly used to create single-pane and multi-pane layouts depending on what works best for a given screen size. For example, here's the Gmail app, which has a list of emails and their individual content appear on different screens on a phone. But on a tablet, the list of emails and the content appear side by side, because there's enough room to see them both. So, the Gmail app layout changes based on the screen size of an Android device, whether that's small like on a phone, or larger like on a tablet. And it uses fragments to define each layout and use the screen space efficiently so that everything is clear and readable. The same goes for many weather apps, which often have a list of days and separate detailed views that appear differently on phone screens and tablets. Same with the Contacts app and so many more examples. A phone screen will have separate activities for lists of information and detailed content views, whereas a tablet will have these same views appear side by side. In fact, this is such a common pattern that it has a name. It's called the master detail flow, where the master list of items, like contact names or emails, will take up an entire phone screen, but only the left portion of a tablet screen. And the detailed content pane, which often shows more information about a selected item in the master list, will take up the entire phone screen as a separate activity, but only the right portion of a larger tablet screen. This is the pattern we're going to implement for our Android Me app, with fragments that display a master list of all the custom Android images, as well as fragments that display parts of a detailed full-body image of the Android. Then we'll arrange them in single-pane and multi-pane layouts depending on the size of the device screen. So how do we build something like this? To implement this on tablet, we'll have one main activity that contains our master list fragment, the master list of all images we'll be selecting from. Then, on the right side of the screen, we'll have 3 total body part fragments, which make up the head, body, and leg portions of the custom Android we want to make. And on a phone, we'll have the master list fragment and body part fragments held in 2 separate activities, so that each takes up the full area of the phone screen, and we'll see each clearly and in sequence. To complete this app, you'll be provided with some starting code, and then given tasks to help you build this final UI. Next, we'll talk more about why you'd use fragments as opposed to simple view groups, and then we'll dive into code.